Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. This is the Coach's Report, and I'm joined by pitching coach for the Newport Gulls, Kevin Long. Coach Long, the pitching for the Newport Gulls this year has been the main story. This staff is so good. They had a sub-2 ERA for most of the year. The game against the Mystic Schooners the other night kind of brought the ERA to 2.01, but this staff is pitching beautifully.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. You got to realize in the beginning of the season, though, the pitchers are at a really strong advantage because the hitters are making a transition from metal to wood. So that makes the pitching have a little bit of an edge. But, you know, these guys are working hard. They're very gifted, and they're excited to be here. And the chemistry's good, and they're working hard off the field, too. So I'm excited about that.
Now, Brendan Spagnola came out. He ended up getting the save the other night against the Schooners. His ERA is under 1. He's pitching great with all three pitches, and he's been a stopper early on in this season when the Gulls needed him. He originally wasn't going to be a closer in the closer role, but it seems like that's what he's transitioned to. Is that where the Gulls want him, or just the position that he currently finds himself in?
Well, in the beginning of the season, you got to realize that we're really short-handed, and Brandon, throws from underneath, and it really doesn't put a real big strain on his arm when you throw from underneath there. And he's a very, very tough kid. He wants the ball every day. And in the beginning, we did give it to him almost every day. He did a great job, and he's one of those hardworking guys that comes to the ballpark and, he makes eye contact with me, and the first thing he says is, "I'm hot," right? So he's ready to go all the time.
Now, Colton Hawk got roughed up a little bit later in that game against the Schooners. Started off very, very strong and then had a bad inning where everything seemed to grind to a halt. He had a very I'd say a regimented pace, not a quick pace, and then all of a sudden the third inning he grinded to a halt and slowed down. That's where he really got eaten up.
What happened was, and Colton didn't really tell anybody about it, but he had a little bit of a back issue after the second inning. It tightened up on him, and we've had x-rays and stuff like that. He's fine, and I expect him to be back in the rotation soon.
Now, Keith Weisenberg goes tonight. He, in his first start, he got a win. 5 innings of good work. He has a 1.80 ERA. He had a good outing in his first start. Looking for the same thing, 5-6 innings, and then get it to the bullpen?
Absolutely. We do have a lot of people here. We're very fortunate to have a lot of gifted people, and, Keith is one of them. And, I want to get him out there as much as I can so, when he goes back to school, he's going to be an impact pitcher. That's what we're trying to do with all these guys, is just get them better so when they go back to their respective schools, they're really good at what they do.
Now, one of the things that we keep track of up during the broadcast is pitch counts, and I know that in college pitch counts are a little bit different, but in summertime baseball, do pitch counts change? Do you expect to see starters go 80, 90, 95 pitches, or is it brought down a little bit because schools don't want guys throwing that much?
Well, it depends. Pitch counts to me is all relative. We do a lot of research before the guys get here, and we find out how many innings they've thrown. We want to make sure that they're in tremendous shape and that they've had no issues in the past, especially this year. And everybody that's come in hasn't really been nicked up. The only guy that's had a lot of innings is Karachek, and we're trying to monitor those. But as we get deeper into the season and we know guys are healthy and they're strong, you may see the pitch counts go up. Okay, but right now we're trying to give everybody opportunity and limit those pitch counts to right around 70-ish, anywhere from 55 to 70.
Gulls look to go for win number 9 tonight on the back of this great staff out in the bullpen. Thanks a lot, Coach Long.
Appreciate it.
The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next.